5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
A pleasant evening to you all. It's that time of the week again. Thank you for tuning in to Profiler with me, Jeremiah. This evening, we have in conversation a singer-songwriter currently taking the world by storm. He hails out of the beautiful island of Jamaica. He is Raash Yasharahla, previously known as Rowan Dell. Stay with us on the journey this evening. It will be an exciting one. Keep it locked to truthmusicradio.com. Raash, welcome to Profiler.
Shalom, blessings, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, man. I've been looking forward to having our conversation for some time now.
Good. Well, the time is now, yeah? The right time.
Yes, sir. And how is your day?
Well, I'm privileged be to the most high. I have life, strength, and health. I'm able to move about. So for that, and with food and with, shelter over my head, then I'll praise to the most high. My day is good.
Yes, sir. And I suppose in Jamaica you have all the beautiful fruits out there, mangoes and...
Yeah. Yeah, man, looking at some bananas right now, looking at some avocado.
Yes.
So we have fruit, we have some breadfruit, and everything, man. We have all the things that is needed for nourishment, yeah?
Yes, Jamaica is indeed a very beautiful island. Let's go straight into it, Raash, and start from the very beginning. I believe, first and foremost, Raash, that I believe that we are perhaps related because I understand you were actually, a matter of fact, where were you born? Where in Jamaica were you born?
Well, I am from Westmoreland. I'm actually living in Westmoreland. I'm from the Darlington end.
Yes.
I moved to New Roads with my grandmother, where New Roads is now a place that is loaded with the Morris. And even in Betheltown here, you have Chester, you have Castle Mountain that is loaded with Morrises. So I'm actually among a lot of Morris, But yeah, man, I'm from Westmoreland and I'm still living here. Right
I
now.
see. And as I said, I believe that we are related because my father actually is from Westmoreland. So,
Right. So that's why I heard that you're Morris, and I was saying too. I think I was saying
Well,
that we might be related, because he looks like one of us.
we got the singing bug.
Yeah, man. I'll praise to the Most High, man. So
Yes.
It's my born parish, man.
Right. So you were born in Westmoreland, Jamaica. Tell the listening audience what life was like growing up in Westmoreland, Jamaica, your day-to-day struggles. Just give us an insight.
All right. Well, I grew up with my grandmother. I was raised by my grandmother. I never lived with my mother, but we had close relation back and forth because she was living in a separate area of Westmoreland. But growing up with the norm as a young boy, we normally you would have your friends that you run around and play with and go to school and all of those things. Me growing up in Westmoreland, it's pretty interesting. It wasn't nothing that I was involved in. Normally these young boys nowadays are involved in gangs. I didn't grow up like that because I grew up in the early 90s coming up. So I didn't grow up like that. I grew up with, back then, the elders will tell you how they grew up. I actually had some of that experience, Well, right. So like I said, I grew up with my grandmother. So life for me was it was interesting. And, I grew up as a child star, as they would put it in this society. So I grew up, going around DJing for people, singing for people. So I was popular as a youth, you understand? But like I said, it was very interesting. Just the normal growing up as a youth,
Yes.
you understand?
And what was a day-to-day struggle like? Or did you had to struggle in terms of food, like,
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't have that experience because I grew up in the country.
Okay.
And, country have food. We don't
Yes.
have that struggle.
Uh-huh.
I experience hunger to somewhat, but it is not like I experience that on an everyday basis. So, you know, the regular, the normal, you're hungry, but then you can't go find a breadfruit, you can't go find maybe a mango, you can't go find a star apple, or you can't go find one of those African apples. So I grew up, we had things to eat. So hungry, struggling in that sense, I don't experience that. I haven't experienced that. So I couldn't speak to that, you understand?
Yes, and Westmoreland is actually plentiful in sugarcane. Is that so?
Right. So we have all of those things. And my grandmother was a cultivator of cane. She grew up with that. So we had a cane field. So if let's say I am feeding, we call it peckish over here, then I would go to the cane field and get a cane. We normally have like persons like would do back then they would do like the cane juice. So we would be like as young boys, I would be helping out on that farm, and when they call it boat, so you know how long I'm talking about. Like when they process the cane juice, we get cane juice. So we have our bellies would be filled. We have, like I said, we have elders like farm, so we'll be there as youth on the farm helping them. Like back then we used to roast dashings and yams. So I like I said, I don't grow up with the experience of having a hardship per se. Yes, you might be lacking in a few things, but that wasn't a matter of concern, so to speak, back then. Yes.
Right, I see. Yes, so you stated that you grew up with your grandmother. So what of your father?
Let me tell you about, and this is one of the things that is affecting our nation. It has affected us for years. I never knew my father. I met my father when I was about 3 years old. And I did see him again until I was 21 years old.
Yes.
You understand? So like I said, I was raised by my grandmother, and my mother, even though she had a relationship, she got married and she was living in a separate area of Westmoreland, but you know, back and forth we would have that relationship. But my grandmother is the one who reared me.
Right.
You understand?
So how did
I don't know my father.
And did that must have had some impact on you growing up, Raash? Did it?
It had some impact to some extent, because all right, so for instance, when as a child, you know, active in school and being a part of the drama club and all of these things, and when you know I would see my friends' father or their parents come to support them, and then the only one would be there for me would be my grandmother. Yes. You understand? And it had some effect there, because you know, as a child you would want to see your father so you can boast about it. You understand?
Yes.
But but that I didn't have that luxury at all. You understand? But I grew up with my grandmother as a Christian, so I had some male figure around that would have helped to nurture me into what I am now as a man with understanding. You understand?
Yes.
And like I said, it I didn't get myself involved with negative groups. You understand? They weren't around, you know, but I wasn't a part of it because I was raised not to be a part of it. But yeah, man, it had some effect on me, not having that father figure around.
And how old is your grandmother?
My grandmother passed. She was 94. She passed last year, buried her last year, December. She was 94 when she passed. That's
a ripe old age.
Yeah, she lived long.
Right, and growing up with your grandmother, tell the listening audience some of the lessons that she taught you that you know would have actually been very instrumental with you growing up.
She taught me how to fear the Most High, even though she may never understood it. I had the opportunity to bring the truth to her.
Yes.
Before she passed, and you know, she never understood it to that extent. That I have it now, we have it now, but. One thing, morals and values was instilled in me. How to behave, you know, how not to follow the bad companies, as you know, they call it back then, the bad companies, the bad influences. She always taught us how to be very, very respectful of elders and people. So I grew up with those values instilled in me, not to be disrespectful of people. You understand?
Right. Yes.
Persons would respect this. And trust me, that is what is helping me now. I am telling you that the fear of the Most High that she taught to us how to fear God Almighty. You know, we know His name to be a higher now. But that has helped me. Trust me, I said it over and over. I've done more than one interviews. Even when I was in the Christian church, I've done interviews speaking about the same issue and on the same topic and this matter that my grandmother taught me how to fear the Most High, how to be very respectful, how to be very loving, and how to live peaceably with persons.
Yes.
So I am not one person. You can pass through right now, even where I'm living. A lot of people don't. If they may not hardly see me. I am one person that they can tell you they don't have any qualms with. You understand? In plain Jamaican terms, they don't have any problem with me because I grew up with that.
Yes.
Respecting others.
Yes. Very mannerable. Those of you who grew up in Jamaica have a certain discipline that's been instilled from a young age. Good morning, good afternoon, ma'am. Is that how she grew you up? Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes, and tell me this, and as we go on in the program, we will explore, your change and the music that you know sing and produce and so on. But I said at the top of the program that Raash, listening audience, is a singer-songwriter. He has a music producer. So we have that to discuss. But Raash, tell me something. Not growing up with your biological mother, your father wasn't about. Where is the singing talent, the voice? Where is that coming from?
Hey, I mean, it's amazing because my mother cannot sing. I understand. I don't know much about. I've been trying to find out on my father's side who has that music talent. They told me about a few persons, but it's not something that they pursued. You understand?
Yes.
So I don't have that legacy of persons of a music family. No, I'm the only one in my family that in my relatives that have this gift and this talent.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
And the only one that took it this far. I'm the only one.
Okay, I see. So you're a standout.
Right. Yeah, man, I'm the only one with this. With one that has gotten this far with it. You understand?
Yes. What of do you have siblings, brothers, sisters?
Yeah, on my mother's side, I have 3 brothers, 1 sister.
Yes.
So it's 5 of us. I'm the eldest of all 5. So I have a brother that is close in age to me.
Okay.
He's my second. But yeah, man, it's 5 of us. On my father's side, I don't know any other siblings outside of what on my mother's side.
Yes, I see. And what school did you attend in Westmoreland?
All right, so I went to the nearest early school. Well, you have the kindergarten. Then I graduated. I go to the early school. I didn't finish school, but I went to a training center at the time. So those are the levels of schooling that I have. Then I went and learned a skill.
What skill was that?
Before I was carpentry. I learned carpentry.
Right.
I could build furniture and stuff like that. And I also learned masonry as well. So I have those skills.
Right.
Apart from music, I have skills.
I see. And you're still using those skills today?
No, because I'm actually producing music now, and that's my main source of income. So I don't do that, but I can do it.
Yes. So you were singing Raash when you were what, in year 1 in Jamaica? We say grade 1, right? You were doing imitations of almost every popular song. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, Admiral Billy, Yellow Man. You hear me sing a Tracy track, man, and all. I used to sing like even P-Bob Bryson. All of those top singers, I used to sing those songs, but DJ in school, I would listen to I remember as a youth growing up, I used to DJ on the songs. Like they used to have some songs close to the sound system where I was living in New York at the time.
Yes.
And as a youth, we used to go there, and I used to call myself a DJ Daddy, and they used to love it. You understand? Even now, my schoolmates still call me that. Anywhere they see me, once they see me, they're gonna call me that DJ Daddy because they remember that I used to use that name.
Yes.
So I used to imitate imitate all the popular songs on the radio at the time. And in school from grade 1, very interestingly, when I attended the nearest all-age school, in grade 1, from grade 1, I was the most popular kid in that school. You understand? Because I used to have to sing for all the classes. And guess what? I used to make money from it. Yeah. I don't know if you remember. If you remember, Jamaica had the one from the 50 cent, the 25 cent, the 10 cent, the 5 cent. I used to have silvers, man. When it comes to lunchtime, it would have been a concert, and I would be the standout in that concert. You understand?
Yes. You enjoyed it, huh?
Yeah, trust me. It was fun for me because I was popular.
Right. So, among those artists that you called out, Tracy Chapman, Yellowman, Admiral Bailey, were those you were looking to those guys as inspiration, or who the Bob Marleys, the Peter Tosh? Who did you draw some level of inspiration from?
I never knew much about Bob Marley and Peter Tosh back then, because back then reggae wouldn't be the featured what you call it, music played on the radio. It would have been played, but not to the extent that it is now. So back then you would hear the dancehall music. I grew up listening to a lot of that. I used to listen to Barry G. Barry G is still around. Barry Garden, Barry G.
Yeah, Barry G is a disc jockey. Yes.
Yeah, man, very popular. So I used to listen to Barry G. Growing up, so I would have had been exposed to all of these top dancehallers, you understand? I used to hear the Bob Marleys and the Peter Tosh, but I was never influenced, so to speak, by them, because I never understood what they were bringing, or it was never explained to me as a child.
Yes.
What it meant, what it was all about. And back then, Rastafarian, and even what they're bringing was never so much appreciated in Jamaica at that time.
Yeah, it was taboo. Yes.
Right, they used to disrespect them a lot. So there was a negative image that was our persona that was painted on them. So children back then never had, it was never an influence to me as opposed to the dancehall. Like I used to hear the Tracy Chapman, and when she sing this song sorry is all that you can say. Those songs I used to love singing them back. You understand?
Yes.
You're right. So, and like I said, all the Yellowman and the Admiral Baileys and all some that these are the ones that I can remember off the top of my head now. But there are others that I used to listen to. But so saying that Bob Marley and Peter Tosh influenced me, I couldn't say that.
Yes. Jamaica is known all over the world for, like we're touching on these artists. They are celebrated for that reggae music. What is your thought today, Raash, on reggae music and the artists that they have today? What are your thoughts in that?
All right. Well, being a producer and an ardent listener to reggae, I love reggae music. I grew up appreciating it when I reached about, I think I was about 17, 18, because I used to sing in a band and things. But I used to sing like the Jamaican gospel music. So,
yes.
I started to appreciate reggae music when listening to this guy, this artist, Jamaican gospel artist by the name of Prodigal Son. Prodigal Son made me want to sing reggae.
I know him, yes.
You know Prodigal Son?
Yes.
He was the one who, I could say that Prodigal Son is my influence to singing reggae right. I love reggae because listening to him and how he presented the message. And I'm praying that guy will find the truth. I'm praying for it. But yeah, reggae right now, trust me, the message that it used to carry back then, in the early 90s when I started to when I get exposed to it, it's not carrying that same powerful message. It's popular now. But back then it had more meaning, believe me, and persons will disagree, but listen why I say this. Reggae is infiltrated by, it's no longer Rastafarianism. If you notice, a lot of these artists now are actually singing about Egyptology. Check it out if you think I'm joking. If you do a research on it, I've been watching them, and the influence that it had then, it doesn't have it now. Yes, reggae is popular, maybe popular by Bob Marley and the Peter Tosh, Toots animators and those who were at the forefront bringing a message against oppression. These guys not singing about oppression anymore. So it's kind of watered down right now, and that is why I'm one of the artists in the truth right now.
Yes.
I am am very set to bring righteousness, because this music is for Benjamites. They don't know it, but I researched it and I found out. So, it's not where it's supposed to be. What it had then, how influential it was. Let me why I say this. I learned of an instance where Bob Marley's records went to it was South Africa. And the custom officers, before it cleared, they draw some things. I don't know that, but then it was records. So if you scratch the record, you can't play it. You understand?
Yes.
So that's how influential Bob Marley's message was. Remember, it was Bob Marley who went to Zimbabwe and helped to liberate it. Right?
That's true.
But like I said, that reggae music not doing that anymore. Reggae music, what they're singing about in reggae music is not helping our people. You understand? So it doesn't have that influence. No, yes, I wouldn't say that they're better writers. They're able to put words together better than those artists back then. And a lot of them can sing a melody and key. Yes. But they are not as effective as ones that had passed on before. Listen to you ever listen to we were talking about this Joseph Hill culture.
Yes,
culture. Listen to those artists and listen to what they sing about, and see if it's not relevant to us, even us who are awakened now, know who we are, because culture sing a lot of songs about Hebrew. Yes. Listen to Desmond Decker, Oh the Israelites. You understand? Right. These songs have meaning. These guys are not singing with that soul anymore. They are singing because they can go to Europe and make some money. Yes. You understand? Yes. Yeah, so it's watered down, brother. That's my opinion, and they will bash me for it, but it's my opinion. I'm observing it. That's what I'm seeing, and I'm just stating what I'm seeing. Yes, because there's a push. There's a push to actually bring dancehall music, or to protect dancehall music as you would any other genre, basically. It was actually in the Jamaican Star that they're looking to actually protect it, and so what would you say then to those that actually are a fan of the dancehall music and what's actually portrayed in the media, that flashiness, and what would you say to that? Dancehall music is infiltrated. The dancehall is the baby of reggae, because I did the research. We hear that from the greats. But when you check it out now, remember, dancehall music used to have a thing about it where, we call it over here the sprat culture. Dancehall was against sprat culture, right? Nowadays I realize that dancehall is infiltrated by sprat. I was supposed to do a blog about it yesterday. I forget. But I still have that on the top of my brain to talk about. But dancehall has lost its meaning. It's moral. There's no meaning in it anymore. So I don't know. Let me say why. Let me show you why I'm saying this. Nowadays, these artists sing 1, 2 or 2 songs, and they make a money, and they will buy a Beamer because they notice they sing about it, or a Benz. And then you realize that these dancehallers now are sold out so that they will start to sing anything. It was just yesterday a popular female dancehaller. Well, she called herself dancehaller. Came out. Her name is Jada Kingdom. And started to tell the world that she's a sprat. You understand? So the sprat culture has infiltrated dancehall and it mashed it up. Right. For those who say that they're going to protect dancehall, good luck to you. You understand? Because good luck to you, because it is already gone. You understand? It is already gone. And I'm telling you, I've learned this. I am working for a big company. I don't even want to call the name, but I'm doing some work for them. And I understand right now that our culture, this dancehall, especially dancehall, is way bigger than Jamaica. When the head of the company said to me, listen, you don't understand how big your culture is, and the amount of money that is being generated by your culture dancehall. You don't know. And they're exposed to the millions. Money is in it, but it is being sold out for a one ride or a joyride. That's what I could say. So there's those who say that you're going to protect dancehall. Protect it from what? It's already infiltrated. It's already gone. Yes. The only thing that can protect that those music right now is us that sing too. Conscious music, yes. Listen, let me tell you, we are the ones that are going to have to. if there is going to be any sense of saving, it's up to us.
Well said.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
tell
but it's
me,
up to us.
yes, and tell me, let's come back. I hear that you wanted to become a professional footballer. Is that correct?
Well, I used to play football. Well, back then I was very quick. I had speed. And I used to live where I used to live with my grandmother. I was living close to a football field, but I never had that aspiration to go further because at the time I wasn't so much football. It wasn't so much a thing until about 1998 when Jamaica was
qualified for the World Cup. Yes.
Right. So then that football frenzy came about, and then after a while it died out. Yeah, that's right. So any person, even if I had it in the back of my mind, music was more the thing that I was even going after.
Which team do you support?
Currently Brazil is my team,
Yeah.
Brazil. I mean, win or lose, but Brazil from way back then,
And within the, do you follow the English Premier League?
Yeah, so it would have been Liverpool.
Liverpool
is my team.
And I must ask you this: who is your favorite footballer? Is that Messi or Ronaldo?
None of those guys. I just watch them. I don't have a thing against them.
You don't have a favorite?
Yeah, I just watch them. No.
I see.
I don't have a favorite when it comes to those two.
I see. Well, Raash, let's move to some of the current situations right across the world. Right now across the world is gripped with this coronavirus situation and also racial tension all across the world. Let the listening audience give them an insight in how Jamaica actually view both these situations, the coronavirus and the racial tension.
And it's very interesting that you should ask that question because just a moment, while I was in a taxi coming over, I'm traveling and I heard them saying, the person next to you can have coronavirus and you don't know it, and then you will spend like 2 months in the hospital. I'm like, oh, come on, this thing needs to stop. You understand? You understand? Because it is pandemic, brother. It's a pandemic. You understand? I uploaded a vlog to my YouTube channel where it was stated that is the voice of the president from Ghana, but I found out from a Ghanaian that it's not him, but message is true. This thing is a hoax. And remember, if you study the word hoax, it doesn't mean that they don't have an agenda behind it. It's laughable if you check it out. You understand? Jamaica right now, Jamaica is buying into it. I mean, from the government come right down. For instance, and it's happening in London as well, because I'm following world news, right?
Yes.
I went to a business establishment a while ago, and the hand sanitizers, and I've been saying to them, this thing is not good for my body, and it's just because I have to do business with this place. Then the mask again, those things. Let me ask you a question. Carbon dioxide is supposed to be breathed. You're supposed to breathe that out, right?
Yes.
Oxygen is what you take in. So if you're breathing out something, that means it's not good for your body, so to speak, right?
Yes.
And this mask thing that we're wearing, we're actually inhaling what we're exhaling. How would that help your body, your immune system?
Yes.
And then there is the fear factor that the governments of the world are pushing on their people. Trust me, I said to somebody, I am giving them from now until the end of the year for people to have serious respiratory problems. So in Jamaica has bought into it. It's affecting the economy. A lot of persons are laid off, and they don't have a job. They're not sure that they're going back to work. Especially I am in Betheltown right now, close to Montego Bay, St. James.
Yes. And
Montego Bay is one of the tourist destinations in Jamaica, and it carries a lot of hotels and a lot of work. A lot of persons are employed. A lot of them are at work right now. They are at home. Yes. You understand? So this thing is affecting us. It's affecting Jamaica, and we're yet to see the full blunt of this the economic fallout that COVID brings. Yes. We're yet to see that it's coming, and it's going to drop on Jamaica like a bomb. And remember, Jamaica is already struggling. You understand? Yes. Now,
I was going to ask, and how is Jamaica reacting to the George Floyd situation and the racial tension?
Well, it's not on a massive scale where, Jamaica, I saw where there was a few protests, especially white one that the popular one is the one that was held at the American Embassy out there in Papine. I saw a few celebrities, so to speak, that was the particular is one of them notables, a few others.
Yes.
But the George Floyd, a lot of Jamaicans, it would have been a conversation that they will hear at the corner. You know, Jamaica have corners, so you know.
Yes.
Well, it's not so prominent anymore since COVID come in. So, but in the few persons that can gather, they will talk about it, and some who eyes are open will realize that this thing is just a trigger for what is coming next. You understand?
Yes, yes.
But it's not such a popular thing in Jamaica.
Yes. Let's move on, Raash, to the gospel music side of it. Jamaica, let me read it. Jamaica has, Raash, the most churches per square mile of any country in the world. It is actually a record in the Guinness Book World of Records. Over 1,600 churches all over Jamaica. And that number is growing rapidly. In fact, isn't that a good thing?
You said 1,600, right?
Back then, yes. At this time when this article.
Yeah, okay. When they did
Yes.
that. All right. So
And this is a few years ago. Yes.
Right. 1,600 that is recorded. What about the ones that are not recorded?
Yes.
You understand? As there are many here that are not recorded. You have a church. You have that one church that was with that one. Let's say one deacon or one elder or one, so pastor, whosoever he was in that congregation, and they had some falling out or some disagreement, and he split. I went and have it, and I am talking about multiple splitting of churches that went off and started to do their own thing. So the number is way past 1,600.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes.
I am looking at this. I am looking close to 3,000, if not more.
It is, yes.
But I mean, I've been saying this. We've been saying this. The churches, Jamaica have a set of people that love, they fear. They have some sort of godliness in them.
Yes.
And Paul put it in the book of Romans that Israel have a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. You understand? So if you check it out, a lot of these churches are only set up for monetary gains. They can profit off the people. Some of them are genuine, because I had a pastor that I was talking to, but he came by my business place a few weeks ago. I was doing some stuff for him. And I realized that this man genuinely wants to help the people. You understand? But the majority of these so-called churches that are built up is just to make money. You understand? It's not money making thing. It's not that they want to help the people. Look at it. Jamaica have the most churches, and we have the most wickedness in the world. I hear the Prime Minister came out saying that the vloggers are painting doom and gloom over Jamaica. No, but it's the truth. Listen, I was watching something a while ago, early this morning from Sir P, is a very popular vlogger over here.
Yes.
And he was showing us a video from 1992 come up with the countries with the highest crime rate. Countries came in the video, came in the statistics, came in, fell out, some came back, some fell out, some didn't make it back to the stats. Guess which country never fall out? None at all.
Yes, go on.
Jamaica never fell out. It was either it is the third or fourth or at the top.
Yes.
So come on, man. So it shows that we have a problem. The church is not affecting the communities in a positive way. It's not helping the country. Listen, remember back then, that's what I'm saying. This religion is, I understand the word, I know what it means. It is just confusion. So
yes.
The church is, as it relates, it's not helping the country. None at all. It's not helping the community. You have I know of churches, I know of 2-3 churches in one volatile community. And guess what? The bad man, they don't care. They pass one bus shot who dead as a man at the church door. I remember there was an incident in Montego Bay that bad men went for someone and the shooting happened in a church in Montego Bay. I think it was in Catherine. Yeah. These are views that is out there. So the churches, even though the only thing that looks good is the Guinness Book of Records, which is just
yes. So
everything.
Yes. Thank you for that. So you grew up in the church. Were you a part of the choir in your church, in your local church?
I was a part of I was a choir leader.
Yes.
I was also and I'm a musician as well. And a lot of people might not know, but I play everything. When I say I play everything, I play drums, keyboard, bass, rhythm, guitar. I I was also a choir director.
Yes.
So yeah, man, I used to be I was active in church back then, very, very active.
Right. And at the age of 13, Raash, you graced the stage with Royal Roots.
Yeah.
This, the famous song, I've Gotta Be Dreaming. What was that experience like?
That was one of the, trust me, it was one of the most awesome moments as a youth. And that was where I became a professional singer.
Uh-huh.
The first time, because I was singing Royal Roots song at age 11, you know.
Yes.
I was singing that song. I used to sing in churches before that, but it was a big concert, 1994, that was put on by the New Road SDA Church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I was a Pentecostal then, apostolic member. I got baptized at age 13.
Yes.
So it was like, say, I got baptized in March. This thing was done somewhere about August to September. I think it was about September, somewhere there. And when we heard about the concert, you know, churches would visit that. And it was a big, very big production, you understand?
Uh-huh.
And it was Royal Roots was the closing act, but there were other acts there as well. So I went there with my friend. He was a member of his parents was attend the Seventh-day Adventist Church, but we are friends. We grew up as together. We were neighbors as well. So I went there and I saw him and we were talking and he told me, you know, this is Royal Roots. You know this song, I've Got to Be Dreaming that you're singing.
Yes.
He was showing me this little short man that I was very, even though I was a child, I was taller than him. Yeah, that's right.
And just, could you just sing the intro of It's Got to Be Dreaming, just so the listening audience can have a feel for that particular song? Just in brief.
I've got to be dreaming about a love like this. I've got to, and if I'm really dreaming, then I want to dream the rest of my life.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got to be dreaming about a love like this. And if I'm really dreaming, I want to dream the rest of my life.
Thank you.
Once you call the name of that song, I cannot forget it. Trust me. I might not remember all the lyrics more, but once you call it, I start to think about it. I'm going to remember. I'm talking.
Yes.
I'm talking years ago, you know, man. You're talking about maybe 20, 25 years now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you were also, go on, Raash.
So with that concert, when I spoke with the gentleman at the time, and I told him that I knew one of his songs and I can sing it. So he asked me, his question was to me, are you on the program? And I said, no, I'm not on the program. And it was coming up to the closing, right?
Yes.
And so he said, you want me to get you on the program? I said yes. I said yes. He said, all right, guess what I'm going to do? We're going on next. So I will call you and I will introduce you to the audience and have you sing our song with us. So I went there and I sang this song with them, and you know, I was a child. And I was never afraid of gracing a crowd or a pub because I used to do it.
Yes.
I went there and I sang. That's when many people in New Roads at the time knew that I could sing. A lot of them didn't know that. They knew me that I was a DJ. They know that I used to call myself a DJ. So they were looking for me to sing. I sing that good. You understand? And so, yeah, man, they wanted to take me with them, but my grandmother wouldn't have it at the time. So,
yes.
it was a mockery that for me, my friends used to laugh at me, say the man used to want me, but my grandmother said she want me to pick 2 more breadfruits and can't leave.
Yes. Okay. You were also...
It was a good experience, man.
Yes, you were also a part of another band called the Melody Brothers. Tell us about that in brief.
Melody Brothers came in 2000. I was a part of a band before that, because after I will jump to the Melody Brothers, how that came about. Let me just interject this so you can know, because this is a history that you need. I don't think it's in a lot of bio, but it is a part of my and through that I'm going to show you what happened.
Yes.
So from 94, 95 now, I started to get concerts. 95. I remember one of my biggest concerts in 95. I went to I was invited to an album launch by Casey Miller. Casey Miller is now a pastor.
Yes.
My good friend, I respect that man. He invited me because they started to hear about me, around the church circuit. Person started to hear about me, and so he invited me, and I went there and I sang the same song and a few others. I used to sing a lot of Grace Chiller's song as well. So I sang that.
Yes.
And from there, a promoter heard me, and they were having a big concert with Grace Chiller at the Black River Independence Park. So I was invited. Everready at the time was my let's say he was my manager and also a keyboard player. There's a musician, so we would rehearse with him. He would have me rehearse that we get the thing right. And we went to Black River Independence Park, and trust me, I did well. Grace Chiller, I remember Shirley, she was the leading singer. Lead singer, one of the lead singers for the main lead singer for the group. And she came and she congratulated me. They were supposed to go on after I sang. And she said, man, you have one of the most powerful voices. I trust me, you're going to go far. You are going to go far. And all the members of the group came and they congratulated me and they said, man, you are going to go far. Trust me, what you have is amazing. You understand? And from there though, I went to another big concert. This is my biggest concert to date. I've done many big shows, but I cannot forget this one.
Yes.
This one was done at the Spanish Town Prison Oval. And that's 1995 there.
Yeah.
I did it, and I remember as a child, I get one of Jamaicans talk about forward. I get one of the biggest forward that any act, and no act on that show didn't get that. Guess what? The prisoners, when I started to sing, the prisoners, man, they lit up the place. I don't know where they get, but I understand how the prison system run. But at the time, I was wondering. But you see, not even Caperton, bro. I'm telling you, those who were with me at the time can tell you.
I see.
Not even Caperton get a fire forward like that. You understand? Trust me. So those are some, and I have done many big concerts. I've also shared stage with Reverend FC Barnes. FC Barnes. I have opened. Right. I've opened for him, and that was before the Melody Brothers group. You understand? I've opened for. I was a soloist then. I opened for him, and I think I'm trying to remember. Yes, I think I did one open act for the Spencers. They are American.
Yes, the Spencers. They're well known.
You remember them?
Yes.
Right. So, and there are many others. Reverend VB. I've done concerts with him and his group. I think they were the Shining Stars at the time. I've done quite a few. I've done quite a few big concerts. But fast forward now to 2000. 2000 was when the group, the Melody Brothers, was formed. Yes. It was formed between me, Maurice Cahoon, aka Gary. His father is a pastor, and so at the church. I can sing. They know that's not anything because I grew up with that. But we met another brother from St. Elizabeth. He was attending at the Bible Way Apostolic there. His name is Kirk. Kirk, we call him Kirk Lodge. But Kirk is his name out. So we decided that we were going to form this group because we come together. We sang together once and people love it. And we said, all right, why not just put this in a group? And we started the group. We even entered the JCDC Public Gospel Song Competition in 2000, and I think it was 2002. Yes, 2002. We entered it. We went to the semi-finals. We never got to the finals, but that group was short-lived. It never passed. I think 2004. Maurice had to go overseas to study. I think he went to the Bahamas to study. Yeah. So the group was severed then. But from after that, it was just me alone and my own till. I started to do my own little thing, but we're still writing and stuff like that. I see. But the group was short-lived. Yes.
And in 2012, you were the Atlanta Caribbean Gospel Music Awards winner for Best New Artist of the Year.
Right. I won that with that was my first album. Right. My first album in Christianity. Yes. The album titled Holy Ghost Party at the time. Holy Ghost Party. And I won with that song, the Atlanta Caribbean. I'm looking at the certificate right now. The Atlanta Caribbean Gospel Music Award. I have a certificate here now, so I have a trophy for that. So yeah, man, I won that with my first album. Yes. And yeah, it was very interesting. Did some concerts, did some shows and stuff like that. Went to the award ceremony was held here. Knutsford Court Hotel, yes, in Kingston. So that was where we were presented. There are a few others, gospel artists at the time who won it. We were presented with our trophy.
Yes,
and that was done in 2013.
Right. Now you stepped out. You stepped out of the Christian church, the Sunday church, if you will, and you now speak and sing of Israel. Obviously, there's a change there. Was it easy at first? This change? What did your friends and family say?
All right. So let me say something. From 2015, me and a few others were kicked out of the Christian church because there was some family feud within the church I was attending at the time.
Yes.
And so we decided that we were going to side with there was a female pastor. Well, praise the Most High for the truth. But there was a female pastor at the time. And we decided we side with her. So we stopped going to the Sunday Christian church. On regular Sunday services. We used to gather together for a while. And after that, we had to split again. And then it was just me and a few persons, maybe 4 persons close to me. But when I found the truth in 2016, when 2016 was very interesting how I found the truth, I got a vision and in that vision I was shown how Christ looked. His real name, Yashaya. You understand? I remember one Sunday I went to the little gathering with the 5 of us, and I said to them that that the virgin birth is a deception. Christ actually had a father. Trust me, I was rebuked thoroughly.
And tell me something. With all of that, coming into this understanding of your eyes been opened up to the Bible and the scriptures. I want the listening audience to get a feel of your immediate, those people that were around you. Tell us what were they thinking? What did they see? What did they witness in you?
Well, for me, persons, I never stopped talking about the Most High. I never stopped displaying that, Christian values that I grew up with. I live the same clean life that I used to live. But
yes,
persons, even those persons I'm telling you about, they thought I was in a cult.
I see.
Trust me, they thought I was in a cult. But you know what they couldn't say? Is that I never for 1 second since I found the truth stopped talking about the Bible and stopped talking about Christ and stopped talking about the Most High. I got more serious about the Bible because I started to understand the history of the Bible. And as I was saying this for years, even in the Christian church, I believed then that we are children of Israel. But when the knowledge came and cemented, it clarified what I was saying, then I had strength to declare now with scriptures that we are indeed. But I am not so much a person that has a lot of friends. I have limited amount of friends because I grew up with that, in not having a bundle of friends. Not that I have problems with people, but persons wouldn't know. If I don't tell them right now, they don't know. A lot of persons won't know. You understand? But they know the kind of life I live. They know I'm that person that lives that kind of life that is questionable. But man, it was that reaction, man. That was the reaction.
Okay. Well, it takes us then to, for the remainder of the conversation, speak about your album, because you released a powerful album entitled Rising of the Remnant, I believe in 2018. A big track on this album is Ahaya, I Worship You.
All praises be to Ahaya, Bahashem Yeshaya, Kwadash Warawak. Father, you're worthy to be praised. All praises be to the Most High. Worship you. I worship you. And I sing my praise to you. I sing my praise. Even in the midst of my Lord, to them a nation you'll raise up, a people called by your name, to keep your commandments. And when they were in Egypt, you sent forth Moses to set them free. So I worship you.
Talk to us about the writing of this song and the success it had.
All praise be to the Most High. I Worship You is my first shoot music release. I remember it was in 2017, and I was, like I said, I was getting married. And, we had to put money together to get some stuff done. And I was working on an album for someone at the time.
Yes.
And the money was supposed to come to me, and there was a delay, and the deadline was close for the payment for to get stuff done for the wedding. And when I was praying, and because I become accustomed to the name now, I started to pray to the Most High in His true name, Raash Yasharahla, and the person showed up with the money, man, on time. And I remember I called I was in the studio, and I was supposed to do some recording for someone overseas. Record some harmonies and mix some songs for them.
Yes.
And I was there, and the song came, and I started to play the melody on the piano. I had to create the track immediately. You understand?
Yes.
And I remember when I did it and started to write it, I remember calling my wife at the time, and I said to her, "Beers, say, the Most High we get the money, everything comes through, and I got this song. I worship you."
Yes.
I remember singing it to her, and she loved it. She loved the song. So up until now, I'm still wondering what happened with her, because she loved the song. It's a song that she normally sings. You understand?
Yes.
But that was how the song came about, man. That was how the song, coming out of the Most High, coming through right on time. Right on time.
And another massive song you have on this album, and it's my personal favorite, No Apologies, where you speak of the Pope of Rome is a seed of Lucifer. We come to take back our nationality. Those are some powerful lyrics. What's happening there?
I remember when this idea came to me. You don't have to say you're sorry. I know you must know Anthony B.
Yes.
Anthony B is one of the artists in reggae that I love listening to his song. Right? I remember this song because I used to love this song. I think this song was on the Determined album that Anthony B dropped. You don't have to say you're sorry. So I remember this melody. I'm like, for all of what does happen to us and the lies that was told to us, you don't have to say you're sorry. You understand? So I remember that melody came to me, and I'm saying, oh man, I'm going to have to put lyrics to this now. I'm going to have to put lyrics to this. You understand? So I sat down and I started to think of all the things that we have gone through.
Yes.
And that was how those lyrics came about. The melody, the hook that you hear is originally for Anthony B's hook. You understand?
Yes.
It's just that I sing it the way that I wanted it to sound. But man, that song is a very big, powerful song.
It's a powerful song.
What is said in it is what has happened and what is happening and what's about to happen.
Yes, and tell us about the final track on that first album, entitled "Don't Worry." What happened? What was your thought when you were penning that one?
Don't worry. Man, my wife again. We were planning to get a house, and we had some money, and for some reason there was some stuff happening, some hardships, some stuff not coming through on time, and I remember she was worrying about it. I understand now why women have to worry, why they worry so much. I understand it now, but she was worried. I remember this is the last track that was written for that album,
Yes.
I remember one night I was in the studio and I'm saying, I need a song. And I need something that can really that persons can relate to. And that was how the lyrics came about. The melody came. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause worrying won't solve not one of your problems. My friend, don't worry about a thing. So take your worries and give them all to him, and he will take care. And I remember when I got that about 12 o'clock midnight, I wrote that song. 12 o'clock midnight, I wrote that song and laid the tracks for it as well. Understand? And when I sang it for, I show her, I said, this is your song, listen to this. And she loved that song. I said, that song is yours, remember that.
Yeah.
It's all a story. The Most High will work out things. And it did happen. The Most High, came to and did what he needs, what was to be done. So that is how that song came about.
Yes, very, very powerful, beautifully written. Which takes us to your second album. Your second album, My Victory, was more recently released in November of 2019, having 12 tracks. Such songs as It's Gonna Get Better. Tell us a little about that.
Oh man, that album, I love that album. I think that album, what I did, I went to do a crossover fusion. I didn't go reggae or dancehall right out. And if you listen to even that song, it's more of a R&B type, you understand?
Yes.
But that album boasts some very big tracks. I don't, when they said, it's gonna get better, I remember, thinking about what people is going through, because that story is not actually mine per se. I can relate to it, yes. But I was thinking about, I think I was listening to someone talking about their experience.
Yes,
and what they're going through. And that was how the lyrics came about. It's gonna get better. So persevere till your Shire comes. Cause you're an overcomer. So you've got to show resilience. It's gonna get better. Just you trust in the higher. And that was encouraging. That was to encourage somebody.
Yeah.
The person that was going through and other persons that is going through stuff, whatever they're going through, that listen, if it's gonna get better, Israel is gonna get better. We're going through what we're going through now, but it's gonna get better. Yes. You understand?
Yes. And another track on this, another powerful track, Raash, Me Find the Truth. Where you speak of
the truth.
Yes.
Truth that set me free. Yeah. It's a big song.
That's a big song.
That's a big song.
Yes.
I created that reading for one of our artists, one of the artists that I'm producing. I do production for. And I listen to it and I love it. And I'm like, I believe that it really told me exactly what to say. So I just said what, through the Holy Spirit, I said what that was to be said on that reading. Is that, and I thought about it, how to write it. I said what needed to be said.
Yes.
Because the reading was just telling me what I should say. And I said what needed to be said. I think it was the last night I was listening to the reading itself. I'm like, I remember when I wrote this song. You understand?
Yes.
So yeah, man, that was how that song came about. That it's powerful, because what I'm saying is what is happening and what needed to be said.
Yes.
The truth that set us free, man.
Yes, man.
That set us free.
And my personal favorite, Fawada Ahaya.
Well, this song is for my wife. It's dedicated to my wife, Angiana. And to all the women, all the daughters of Zion, hold it down for their husbands. Yes, I found a virtuous woman, and her price is more than rubies. She's my friend, my bestest companion. Such genuine love she gives me. The Bible said, who's so findeth a wife, findeth a good thing, yeah. She's a gift from the Most High, and that's why I say this, the Father higher. Cause you blessed me with a queen, a virtuous woman, a daughter of Zion. She's royalty, the water higher. Cause you blessed me with a queen, a virtuous woman, a daughter of Zion. Royalty. Talk about modesty, and this girl got it. One king in her life, and that's me permanent. She's a professor of godliness. To have her as my wife, I tell you I'm so blessed. We've been through rough moments, tough times, yet she stood by my side. Know how to cheer me up with a sparkling smile. Shout out to all the daughters of Zion, all virtuous woman, for water higher. Cause you blessed me with a queen, a virtuous woman, a daughter of Zion. She's royalty, the water higher. Cause you blessed me with a queen, a virtuous woman, a daughter of Zion. Royalty. Yes, I found a virtuous woman, and her price is more than rubies. She's my friend, my bestest companion. Such genuine.
Talk to us about that.
Before I did the album, after I did the Rise of the Revenant album, I remember when that melody came to me. I think there was someone getting married in the body over here. Right? Someone came and they visit. It was because it was a free feast night that we were at HQ in Kingston. And off the top of my head, I couldn't think about anything, love song, I might know some. And this was what came to me. And then I said, man, that's not, you're going to have to write that song though. You're going to have to finish it. Tawala Ahaya, can you bless me with a queen? A virtuous woman, the daughter of Zion. She's royalty. Tawala Ahaya, as you bless me with a queen, a virtuous woman, the daughter of Zion. And that was the only thing that I had for it then. But after I went home and I came back to the studio and I started to think about how to put the lyrics in it. You notice I started with the Bible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, man. So that's how it came about. But I realized that brothers love it. Even before we released that song was trending. You understand? Persons love it before we release it, you know? Boy, man, that's a powerful song for all the brothers, man, and their wives, man.
Yes.
I mean, I am even thinking about it right now to put, because I am doing a reggae album right now. And that's why here we say we are coming to save reggae.
Right.
Benjamin music. So
yes.
We have to save it. All the brothers over there, I see Black Atan doing some great work.
Yes.
Over there, the bar, and I saw there's some other brothers might not know their names, but they're here doing reggae.
Yes.
I was saying, you have Device that out of Jeremiah Gang champion camp in Nigeria. He's doing some great reggae tracks as well. We have Benjamin. Benjamin is doing some awesome reggae tracks as well. You have Raanan. He's in Canada. He's doing some awesome, excellent reggae tracks. So we're saving reggae. We want to save reggae. I think we are the ones that. No, we have the truth. We are the ones that can do it. So the reggae album is coming. I have at least 10 tracks already.
Okay.
10 tracks. So I'm going 15 tracks. Trust me. I have some songs there, man. I have some songs there. I'm telling you. Well, is giving me some songs.
We eagerly await that one.
Yeah, man. So look out for that. That one is coming.
Yes.
I want to release it. They want to release it before November. But it's coming. Look out for it. Let me give you a tease of what I have when it's coming. I have something, that song that came to me. It says, give a little gift to the poor. Nobody seems to care about the poor no more. Give a little gift to the poor. What about the youth that we're asleep on the floors, outdoors? Give a little gift to the poor. That's all they're asking for. Them say slavery abolished, but we don't see no benefits. And when them budget read, one set of people feeling it. Hey, you politician, you better take a note of this. And the most of people, you will take this advantage of. You understand?
Yes.
So basically, that is what is coming. I mean, some fire songs, man. And I want, if you remember this, I'm giving you a rundown so the audience, the brothers and sisters can know what I'm coming with.
Yes.
Tita Tash have this song where it says, everyone is crying out for peace.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody's crying for justice.
Equal rights.
Yeah, equal rights is the name of the song.
Yes.
I've said, everyone is crying out for peace. Everybody wants justice. Yeah. Everybody's crying out for harmony. Nobody wants to live in misery. Yeah. Everyone is calling out for the violence to cease. But nobody wants to do the Most High's will, because there will be no peace at all until Yeshua comes. Yeah, till Yeshua comes. And there will be no harmony till Israel has been restored, till Yeshua comes. Then we shall study war no more. You understand? So basically, those are the signs that are coming. No peace at all until Yeshua comes.
That's powerful.
No wishful thinking. Yeah, just wishful thinking, man.
Man,
and then another one said, prior changes things. When the odds are stacked up against me, prior changes things. When the devil and his army surround me, prayer changes things. I get protection from the Most High of glory. Prayer changes things. And that is why we must learn to pray. Hey, they say a prayer a day keep the evil away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But sometimes the days are rough, and when it gets so tough, you feel like you wanna give up. Remember, it's a spiritual warfare. So you're fighting an enemy that you can't see. And if you fight them on a physical level, then there is no way you're gonna succeed. So I take my battles to the Most High, who sent his angels to surround I. The victory is all mine. When I get down on my knees, prayer changes things. Yeah.
Thank you, Raash. That we wait on that album. It's gonna be fantastic, and we thank you for that. But finally, Raash, tell the listening audience where they can actually purchase those two albums, "Rising of the Remnant" and "My Victory."
Also, "Rising of the Remnant" by Raash Yasharahla is it's on all digital platforms. They can also stream it on Spotify. Both albums are on all digital platforms that distribute those albums.
Yes.
So they're all over. All they need to do is put in "Rise of the Remnant" by Raash Yasharahla or "My Victory" by Raash Yasharahla, and they can support the work. That's where they can get those albums.
Yes.
Just to support the work.
And what social media platforms are you on?
Okay, so I'm on is Raash Yasharahla Facebook, Raash Yasharahla Instagram, Raash Yasharahla YouTube. You can visit my YouTube channel. Also on Twitter, Raash Yasharahla.
Right. Say that again. The platforms again.
So on Facebook is Raash Yasharahla at Facebook, Raash Yasharahla at Instagram, Raash Yasharahla on YouTube, and also Raash Yasharahla on Twitter.
Right. Well, thank you.
And also on TikTok as well. Raash Yasharahla on TikTok.
Raash Yasharahla. Well, Raash Yasharahla, this completes our conversation today on Profiler. I truly want to thank you, my brother, for taking the time. And continue putting in this kind.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, man. Continue putting this kind of music out. It's powerful. It's very uplifting. It's just a great work, a great body of work. And we look forward to the upcoming album.
All praise, man. I'm planning to take this thing mainstream, especially with this reggae album. I think it needs to go out there now.
Yes.
This truth music needs to, Jamaica is the best place to promote music from right now, anywhere in the world, I'm telling you. Especially with reggae. And any form of promotion, notice that they're heading to Jamaica to do so.
Yes.
So right now, all I need is the support right now. I need the support, brothers and sisters. I don't have all the finances to really promote this thing.
Yes.
I need support. I just need the support right now to push this album. Yes. I need it.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Raash Yasharahla. All the best to you, and we'll be in contact. Hopefully we can have you back when the album is released, and we can have you back in conversation with Truth Music Radio.
All praises to the Most High. Again, thanks to Truth Music Radio. Big up to yourself, and bless up to the whole Truth Music family, yeah?
Yes. Well, there you have it, listeners. Another insightful conversation. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed presenting it to you this evening. Please support the brother and purchase his music and support this powerful work. Subscribe to his YouTube channel and social media platforms so you can stay current on upcoming events and his album release. I am Jeremiah, and you have been listening to Profiler on truthmusicradio.com. Have yourselves a productive rest of the weekend, and until next time, walk good.